Good morning, all. Ira Epstein of Linn Associates with your morning flash update, and this is for Wednesday, and we are now on March 6th, 2019, about 9:17 a.m. Central Standard Time. Today, with a lot of information, we're starting to get a lot more economic data in. I'm waiting to see the EIA numbers coming in for the energies. They should be in the next 10 minutes or so. I did not think the APIs were friendly. If you're looking at the stock market, it's having trouble holding on to rallies. At best, you can say in the metals, slightly lower. I don't think you can say more than that. The dollar index is stalled along with a number of currencies. The Canadian, the Bank of Canada just came out. They left their interest rate policy unchanged, and they are acknowledging the bigger slowdown that they had expected to see is taking place. They think trade deals are part of the issue. They don't look for 2% inflation to be an easy target to get beyond in 2019. In the grain markets, another sell-off, and we just got through an important number, I think, in the wheat at 453. The question is that number going to catch any stops or not as I'm looking at what's going on in the trade? So let's take a look at what came out today. The Conference Board, the online help wanted index up to 104. The prior was revised to 1037 from 102. That's a good number, but the market's not responding to it. Trade balance deficit, 59.8. They expected 57.3. And this thing just keeps blowing up. It does not go away. So this is not going to make President Trump very happy. Exports, you can see where they're coming in. They were down 1.9. Your imports were up 2.1%. And November trade deficit was revised up $1 billion from where it was. That's not good news either. During December 2018, the trade data showed the deficit with China narrowed, didn't expand, but think about the tariffs. So that's why it's narrowing. ADP private payroll data, 183,000. They expected 185. We're okay, but you remember, you still got the big employment data coming up. You don't want to see numbers like 300,000 again. If you do, you're probably going to see interest rate futures move on you. The annual Chinese Parliament session, as you know, the People's Congress is going on. They are saying that next week they're going to introduce a law to make it illegal to force foreign investors into transferring technology to Chinese partners. Putting it on the books is the first great step. Enforcement will be the second. The ECB is getting ready, could be tomorrow, to announce a new set of loans to banks. They're called the LTROs, by the way. I didn't want to hit that. I want to be right there. The LTROs, and they're meant to help troubled banks. Think Italy when you're thinking that. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development / Growth in Developed Countries. So what do they mean by that? Well, that's what we're looking at. And if you look at this graph, this is the downloads as to where they're at. And you can see it's the world, Australia, Canada, where they're at. You can just see that other than the U.S. and a bit of Canada there, they're not looking for very many good things. In fact, for this year, it's bad. That's what you've got. That's the change in the 2019 forecast, and that's for 2020. So you can see what's going on. In other words, trade is on everybody's mind, and that is the problem. You know, one of the things that I do at this time of the year, and I think that you should be looking at it, are what are the seasonals in some of the markets. And if you're a grain trader or a soft commodity trader, like I'm looking at coffee right now, it's got a seasonal coming up. But what are they? Well, what the more research does is they go back in their database and they're looking for trades that have at least have a probability out of the past 15 years having had a success rate of 12 of those. If it doesn't fall in. Now, trades come in and go out. It's called buying on one day, selling on another. Would I do it myself just based on this? Not in your wildest dream. But do I look at it in combination with other technical tools? You better believe it. Do I look at some of this different than others? Example, planting season in the grain market's coming. I want to know those seasonals. But during the course of the middle of the winter, it might have a trade in gold. Okay, but it's not quite the same thing as planting season in grain. So you learn how to work with it. You also have interactive charts from them. That's number one. They give you what it's done over 30 years, 15, and 5 years. So you get long-term and shorter term. You get bull years and bear years. You can filter those out. Spreads, what do? It's another tool. So if you'd like a free trial to this, they make it available through us. All you need to do to get this is pretty simple. What you'll do is you're going to give us a call at 866-973-2077. We will put them together, get you all set up. You get a password, ID. They'll tell you how to come in and do this. These are what the interactive charts look like, and I'm telling you, I use them all the time. You get reports from them, which is great to read, especially if you're a seasonal type person looking at those trades. Call us, go to our website, or simply click up here. It'll take you right to the carousel. I'm Ira Epstein. You have yourself a good day, and I'll talk to you all in the afternoon in my midday videos.